Okay, so now we're going to work on solving percents again. So it's actually the same problems that we had in the last video. However, we're going to use a different method. We're going to use creating an equation and then solving that equation for x. Okay, here are some key ideas. What is going to be your variable? Okay, wherever you see what, that is going to be where you're going to put your variable. So as you read this sentence, basically we're going to recreate this sentence in math. Okay, so instead of words, we're going to have math symbols. Okay, of will mean multiplication. So wherever you see of, we're going to go ahead and drop a multiplication sign. And then is going to be an equal sign. Is an equal sign, so it's hard to say equals equals. So when you see is, you're going to put an equal sign. So let me show you what I mean. What percent? That's where we're going to put an x. What means we don't know this number, so that's the variable, that's the unknown. Okay, of means multiply. Okay, 92 is going to stay 92. Okay, because the numbers are going to stay the numbers. And the is going to be an equal sign. And then, of course, we're going to drop 23 and keep that number. So in words, what percent of 92 is 23 becomes x times 92 equals 23. Now we've set up an equation that we can solve. This is x times 92. This is a one-step multiplication. Okay, we undo, come over here so I have room. X times 92 becomes 92x equals 23. Or you can keep it as x times 92 equals 23. This is a one-step multiplication, so we undo using division, balance our scale. 23 divided by 92 is 0.25. Okay, the only thing about this is we want a percent. We got a decimal. We learned in a previous video how to change a decimal to a percent is we multiply it by 100 or move it 2 places to the right. So our final answer is going to be that x is 25%. Okay? So if we take that same concept, we can rewrite this as an equation. So the one other key point is in order to do this, if you have a percent, you have to change it to a decimal. So like when I drop down of, I made it multiplication. When I drop down 20%, I'm not going to keep it as 20%. I have to change it to its decimal, which is 0.2. Okay? Of still means multiply. Drop 55. Is equals. And what number? Right there, that's our variable. So we don't even have to solve this one. This just says x is equal to taking 55 times 0.2. Our 0.2 times 55 will give us our missing number. So we don't even have to set up a balance scale to solve. So 0.2 times 55 is 11. So x equals 11. 20% of 55 is 11. There you go. We got it. So one of the advantages to doing an equation over a proportion, the proportion was great because we used the exact same proportion every single time. We just had to know what's the part, what's the whole, and what's the percent and plug them into the correct spots. With an equation, I don't have to know that. Am I finding a percent? Am I finding a part or a whole? We didn't have to stop and think about that. As long as going down, we knew that that was a decimal, that means multiplied, that means equals, and that means a variable. It sets the equation up for us to find the answer without having to make the decision really if we're finding the part, the whole, or the percent. Okay, one more. %10 of what number is 5? Okay, so again, I don't have to think about, am I finding a part, am I finding a whole, am I finding a percent? I can just rewrite this mathematically instead of in words. Again, I have to change my percent to a decimal. So 10% becomes 0.1. Of becomes times. What number is our variable? Is an equal. I'm really spreading this out so that you can see what it's like writing it right below, and then 5. So basically, This is saying take 0.1 times x to get 5. So I've now set up an equation again that I can solve, a one-step multiplication. Draw my balance scale, get rid of multiplication with division. That cancels out. 5 divided by 0.1 is 50. So our missing number is 50. So you've now seen the same set of problems using proportions and using equations. You will practice using equations and eventually get to choose which method you prefer.